What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on YouTube shit. Hey man, say man, we are lit that shit, man. Turn. See? This motherfucker day. Your hood outside. Big crip in it. Gang, your hood outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia do your thing, and Texas stand the fuck up. Each day is ready to be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody bring you down, always fight back. Never let somebody tell you who you are, but also never put yourself in a position you don't belong. Stay humble. Let's get on a revolution on this moment. Keep Yahweh first. Coming to you as a black Hebrew Israelite, as a real Jew. Let's get to this bitch. Alright? Boom. Today, motherfucking day, your hood outside. Big crip in it. Gang, your hood outside shit, man. Alright, gang, so we got Big 30 versus Moneybagg Yo. This beef done got more deadlier than what I thought it was gonna get. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know what y'all know, we been react to this shit. You know how people in the car say, oh, you just doing this, you just copying somebody, you just doing this. No, bitch ass niggas. I actually do my research and do my own shit, bitch. We been talking about Big 30 and Moneybagg Yo beef. You know, after Big Scar died and Pooh Shiesty getting locked up, Big 30 has been kind of low key. You know, he was with Moneybagg Yo, but I think he got dropped from the label. So a whole bunch of beef has been happening to where it was already beef before it happened, but I guess after the label shit, it got to even more beef. To like the old came to the new, and the new stuff happened. So this is gonna be mainly about the Memphis beef that's been happening with Big 30, Moneybagg Yo, and a little bit of Young Dolph in them. You know, because I'm twisted with Newski. So it's getting tough around this bitch, man. We got the videos. Let's get into it. Shout out Hip Hop Daily. Bruh, I didn't know Moneybagg Yo and Big 30 had beef like this. I know that Big 30, I think he was signed to Moneybagg Yo and shit happened, but this shit getting crazy, I guess. Shit.
The beef between Moneybagg Yo and Big 30 has been going on for years. But just when everyone thought it was over, they started sending crazy shots again, and even more bodies were dropping. It's a crazy war in Memphis, and today we're breaking the whole story down. In July 2024, Big 30 dropped a new diss aimed at Moneybagg Yo and aired him out like crazy. Big 30 said Moneybagg never lifted a finger in the streets and raps, "You don't even hurt people. Boy, you Newski living where?" Newski was Big 30's cousin, and he's the reason that Big 30 and Moneybagg Yo linked up back in the day. Newski signed to Moneybagg's label, but he still had one foot in the streets and got killed back in January 2022. Newski was allegedly putting in major work for the streets, and his death had a major impact on Big 30. After Newski died, Big 30 dropped the track Newski Livin' and rapped, "30 the Murder Man. I'ma send shots at your fitted. I better not drop a bag on one. Everybody gon' get it. I'm EBK. Might drop $1 million on your whole committee." And I remember thugging on Willet all the way back to Janice. Way before rapping, I was trapping, posted with the Matic. You speak on Newski, you gon' die. Moneybagg Yo acted like he was tight with Newski, but he didn't even show up for the funeral. So on Big 30's diss track, he rapped, "I better not say on this song, say what I'll do to you. Go shake your ass. I gotta attend my nigga funeral." Then he sent shots at Moneybagg for switching up on people and rapped, "You ain't no stand-up guy no more. Yes, man, glued to you. Guess you ain't slide, cause there's just some shit you ain't used to do. And I put morals over money. Pussy, you a fucking fraud. Tough don't even sound right on you. I swear to God." Moneybagg Yo had dissed Big 30 and said he gave him jewelry. So Big 30 clapped back and said, "I figured out why you left me, but why you lying on me? You gave me jewelry off your body, and I still paid it back. Then try to brag on it. Boy, what type of CEO is that?" Big 30 clowned Moneybagg for airing her issues out where everyone could see it. Then he took a shot at Moneybagg for allegedly getting plastic surgery and raps. Claim a time you see me without a Glock in the 223, or name a time you see me without a Glock or a DRAC. I work out and go lose weight. Ain't no way in hell I'm paying a doctor to redo my face. It was clear that the beef was heating up, and then Moneybagg clapped back on the track rap niggas and raps. Rap niggas. Fuck a rap nigga. You don't want to rap with them. I've been in my bag. Truth be told, I don't give a fuck about niggas. Instagram ass niggas. You just want some clout, nigga. Hiding your hand. Really a fan? Don't let me find out, nigga. Then he called Big 30 broke and raps. I feel like Shiesty. I don't need no security in the club. Most of them niggas doing the talking can't break out a dub. Might drop an op and throw a party like I'm Mr. Ruggs. Moneybagg also said that Big 30's been pillow talking and rapped. You got spin to that bitch, go and blame it on the pills. Go and blame it on the lean, blame it on the green. That's what you niggas is anyway, you niggas fiends. Then he clapped back about the plastic surgery rumors and said, I'm calling this shit how I see it. What makes you think I'll play with my skin? Surgery where? Out of shape ass people don't even know nothing about the gym. Big 30 said Moneybagg wasn't really in the streets, but Moneybagg said the same thing about Big 30 and raps. These niggas be talking that gangster, all that rah-rah, I never heard about no spin. Nigga was probably in the car, but ain't shoot shit. Must forgot I know the real men. Then Moneybagg warned Big 30 not to press him and said, ain't no nigga alive can name a time somebody punked me. Come find out yourself that shit be cap. Don't make assumptions. Big 30 responded on social media and said it's crazy that Moneybagg has been in the rap game for 15 years, but it's calling other dudes rap niggas. He claimed that Moneybagg isn't in the streets at all and said that the only crime Moneybagg commits is smoking weed in states where it isn't legal. When Big 30 and Moneybagg started beefing, it didn't seem like it would get that serious, but the drama is actually way worse than anyone thought. It all started when Big 30 dissed Moneybagg on an unreleased track. Then Moneybagg clapped back at another leaked song and aired Big 30 out. Big 30 had been complaining about his deal with Moneybagg's Red Gang label, so Moneybagg called him out and raps, I want everybody to win. If I sign you, I'm letting you in. What I'ma hold a nigga back for? The fans gon' feel who they feel. Big 30 was allegedly going behind Moneybagg Yo's back to get another deal too. So Moneybagg raps, try to go make a move behind my back, let's wake it up, be for real. Talking about I stole, I ain't hurting for nothing. You capping to get out your deal. Back when Big 30 got into the rap game, he was popping off with his homie Pooh Shiesty and running up big numbers. But then in 2020, Shiesty got booked for a shooting and robbery that went down in Florida. Pooh Shiesty and Big 30 were tight before they started rapping and were taking over the rap game together. But after Shiesty got hit with a 5-year sentence, Big 30 didn't keep the momentum up. After Pooh Shiesty first blew up, he signed a deal with Gucci Mane's 1017 label. Gucci Mane also wanted to sign Big 30, but he was already signed to CMG through Moneybagg Yo. Big 30 decided to stay loyal to CMG because at that time, he was still cool with Moneybagg. But it seems like Gucci Mane was mad that Big 30 didn't want to sign because they started beefing. Big 30 had posted a photo of himself with Pooh and Gucci by a pool during a music video shoot. It looked like he was showing love, but apparently Gucci wasn't feeling it because he commented, Cap, stop posting me, dude. We met once. They went back and forth on the internet for a while, but they eventually squashed the beef and did a song together. But it seems like staying with CMG instead of signing with 1017 may have been the wrong move because Big 30's career hasn't really gone anywhere since Pooh Shiesty got locked up, and now he has beef with the dude who originally signed him. And on Moneybagg's diss, he took shots at Big 30 for the situation and raps.
You might have beef
You were the one that did that fake shit. I stood there, nigga. How the fuck am I wrong? Posted went even harder when Shiesty got locked, but it's like you stopped putting on. But to understand why the situation is getting so heated right now, you gotta understand where it all started. Moneybagg Yo came up on the south side of Memphis and started hustling in the streets when he was 15. Back in the day, he was rapping on the side, but didn't think he could make any real money with it. But after some ops almost killed him, Moneybagg switched up how he was moving and started going hard in the booth. Moneybagg Yo was independent at first and got his name buzzing in Memphis by dropping mixtapes by himself. By that time, Yo Gotti was already one of the biggest rappers in Memphis. There was one major issue though, because Yo Gotti's from the north side of the city. Hoods from the south and the north side have had issues in Memphis for decades, but Yo Gotti still wanted to sign Moneybagg to a CMG label. Moneybagg took the deal and started running up big numbers in the rap game, but it caused some issues in the city for him too. Back in the day, Moneybagg was in a crew called Young Mob with his homie Stupid Duke and a bunch of other dudes. Then Moneybagg signed with Yo Gotti and Young Mob stopped rocking with him. But it wasn't just some petty drama though, and it turned out that Young Mob and Yo Gotti had deadly beef. Around 2010, a Young Mob affiliate named OG Boo Dirty was beefing with Yo Gotti. Then one night they ran into each other outside of a club and started arguing. Someone tried to break it up, but OG Boo Dirty allegedly punched the dude, and that's when the situation really popped off. It's not clear exactly how it went down, but both sides pulled out guns and started shooting. And when it was all over, one person was dead at the scene.
Damn.
After that, everyone in the city knew that Young Mob and Yo Gotti's beef was serious. OG Boo Dirty and Moneybagg Yo are both from Walker Homes in South Memphis. And Moneybagg Yo was even in the video for OG Boo Dirty's diss track against Yo Gotti. And that's why Young Mob was so pressed when Moneybagg Yo started rocking with Yo Gotti. And what makes the whole situation even more complicated is that Moneybagg Yo was tied with Young Dolph too. When Moneybagg Yo was trying to get started in the rap game, Dolph even gave him a feature for free. Then Dolph and Yo Gotti started beefing, which put Moneybagg in a tough spot. Yo Gotti originally wanted to sign Dolph to CMG, but Dolph wanted to stay independent and didn't want to be signed to another rapper. Yo Gotti got mad he didn't want to sign to his label, and they started taking shots at each other in interviews, which eventually led to them getting into serious beef. Back then, Yo Gotti and Dolph's beef wasn't too serious yet though, and Moneybagg pretty much stayed out of it. Moneybagg had also been working with a dude named Finesse 2 times. Finesse got locked up in 2010 for aggravated robbery, but he came home and started rocking with Moneybagg and his Bread Gang crew. Finesse 2 times said he was writing bars for Moneybagg and gave him some tracks, and Finesse wanted to hop into Yo Gotti's beef with Dolph. Moneybagg allegedly told him to stay out of it though, so Finesse called Moneybagg soft. Yo Gotti and Young Dolph's beef kept on heating up, and it wasn't just rap drama. Bullets were flying, and everyone knew the situation was deadly. But what a lot of rap fans didn't know is how Dolph, Big 30, and Big 30's cousin Newski were all connected. Back in the day, Dolph was tapped in with a crew called True La Mafia and was tight with a dude from the set called J Money. There's a lot of crazy stories about J Money too. He was allegedly one of the most active dudes in the city, and when he was 18, J Money got booked for allegedly killing one of his own homies. J Money was on the block when he saw a whip rolling up. J Money allegedly started shooting at the car, and then his homie Denzel Monroe hopped out of the whip, so J Money would put the gun down. J Money allegedly kept shooting when Denzel hopped out and killed him, but J Money beat the case and started dropping music. J Money and Dolph were linking up in the studio, and rumors were going around that J Money was about to sign on Dolph's paper route label. But then in 2016, J Money got shot and killed outside of a club. J Money was True La Mafia's biggest member back then, and his death was a huge loss for him. And then they started having internal issues too. And rumors say it was because Big Scar was hooking up with the same girl as J Money's brother, D Money. So Big Scar and some other True La affiliates split off and started their own crew called Rich and Ruthless, aka Double R. Then a dude from Double R started beefing with a True La affiliate named C-Mode, and that's when everything changed. BG had been sending shots at C-Mode on social media. Then one night, he was riding around with another Double R member named 2-3, and some shooters aired out their whip. BG was left dead at the scene, and 2-3 barely survived. C-Mode and his homies, Zay and Go Crazy, were the ones who allegedly pulled the trigger on BG and 2-3, but Go Crazy's the only one who went down for it. C-Mode got booked on another case and went to juvie, but Zay was still out on the streets. Zay ended up getting killed, and rumors said that Double R was involved with the hit, and then True La allegedly clapped back and killed 2-3. After J Money died, his brother D Money was still trying to put on for True La Mafia. He ends up getting killed too though, and rumors say that an alleged Double R member named Big Unk killed him. Some people claim Big Unk is actually from KSBG and TTK, and is just tight with dudes from Double R though. The Double R and True La Mafia beef was crazy though. And that's why everyone was shocked when Young Dolph signed Big Unk to his label. Dolph was cool with True La Mafia when J Money was still alive, but he was closer to Double R after they split up. He was never involved with the beef, but people thought it was wild that Dolph would sign the dude who allegedly killed his homie's brother. Young Dolph was tragically shot and killed in 2021, and one of the shooters was a True La Mafia affiliate named Straight Drop. Straight Drop also had ties to Yo Gotti and CMG, and according to the other shooter in the case, Yo Gotti's brother Big Jook is the one who paid for the hit. Big 30 and his cousin Newski were both cool with Straight Drop too. Big 30 was cool with some Double R dudes too, like Big Scar, but there was still a lot of drama in the streets, and Big 30 didn't go to Big Scar's funeral. Big Scar tragically died in 2022 from an overdose, and after it went down, Big 30 claimed he didn't make it to the funeral because of a miscommunication, but said, "I ain't care who would have been there. I love you dearly." Big 30 had tracks with Big Scar too. Big 30 reps a set called KSBG, and some people claim that they're beefing with Double R now. But the street politics were getting messy because a lot of the beef was just personal drama, and it wasn't a full-on war between the sets. Big 30's cousin Newski repped KSBG too, and he claimed that Moneybagg only signed him because he wanted protection. After Moneybagg's first diss track leaked, Big 30 went on Facebook and said that Moneybagg Yo was getting extorted, so he started signing rappers from Big 30's hood to protect him. Big 30 also said that Moneybagg was clout chasing and wanted a big bird chain from Pooh Shiesty, but Shiesty turned him down. Big 30 said that nobody in Memphis respected Moneybagg until he started rocking with Pooh Shiesty, Newski, and Big 30. And after Newski died, Moneybagg didn't do anything. Moneybagg Yo had aired out Big 30 for falling off after Pooh Shiesty got locked up, but Big 30 said he only fell off of rap because he was too busy sliding for Newski and couldn't stay in rap mode like Moneybagg did. Then Big 30 clapped back about the jewelry Moneybagg allegedly gave him. He said that the only thing Moneybagg gave him was a cheap-ass Cardi and claimed he already paid Moneybagg back for it. Big 30 said he's been getting money since he was 18 and didn't need help from Moneybagg. Then he sent another shot and said that Moneybagg just copies everything Lil Baby does and said that Lil Baby is his father. Big 30 aired Moneybagg out like crazy, but then he did an interview and said he wasn't really impressed about the situation. That was before Moneybagg Yo dropped his new album and took more shots though. And now there's no telling where the beef is gonna go. What makes the situation even more complicated is that on Moneybagg's new diss at Big 30, he referenced his track with Young Dolph and rapped, "What's up a ticket when I was hollering out, I need a plug." Some sources claim that Newski got killed over some beef that Moneybagg had in Memphis, but nobody really knows how it went down. Newski was allegedly one of the most active dudes in the city before he died though. He got locked up for the first time when he was 14. And that's when he started listening to Moneybagg Yo's music. When Newski got out at 18, he started rocking with Moneybagg. And Moneybagg allegedly showed him $700K in cash and told him he should get in the booth instead of staying in the streets. But then on January 28th, 2022, Newski was shot and killed in Whitehaven. He had gone to Big 30's show that night to show love. Then he left, and just a couple hours later, he was found dead when paramedics rode up to the scene. Rumors were going around that Moneybagg and Big 30's beef was connected to Young Dolph's murder somehow because they all had ties to crews who were beefing with each other. But it allegedly really started with Moneybagg linking up with Yo Gotti. Some people were claiming that Newski got killed because of Moneybagg's beef, but at first, there wasn't any real evidence to back the story up. Then a couple of months later, Big 30's homie Cheese Dollar got shot and killed in the same hood where Newski died. Nobody knew who pulled the trigger, but in 2024, 2 young mob members were charged for killing Cheese Dollar. The cops also booked some young mob affiliates for a wild shootout that went down after Cheese Dollar got killed. In May 2023, Stupid Duke, Paul Nelson, Rodnick Winston, and another alleged young mob affiliate pulled up to Tug's Casual Grill in Harbortown and started busting at a dude who was sitting on the patio outside the restaurant. The dude ran inside and the shooters chased him down. And that's when bullets started flying all over the restaurant where 50 people were eating. Rodnick Winston got hit and his homies dropped him off at a fire station, but he didn't get help in time and ended up dying. Muhammad Samba and Quentin Moss were booked for killing Big 30's homie Cheese Dollar, and rumors say Moneybagg's drama with Young Mob is one of the reasons that the beef is popping off. Moneybagg started rocking with Yo Gotti even though he was beefing with Young Mob, and that's where all the drama allegedly started. None of this has been confirmed, but rumors said that Moneybagg was getting pressured by his old homies in Young Mob, and that's why he started linking up with dudes from KSBG like Big 30 and Newski. And according to some alleged paperwork, KSBG started putting in work against Young Mob for Moneybagg. The paperwork says that Brian Lackland, aka Stupid Duke, started beefing with DW, and that Moneybagg's real name is Demario White. According to the paperwork, Moneybagg started rocking with KSBG, and some shooters from KSBG tried to kill Stupid Duke outside of a barbershop in 2021. Big 30 and Moneybagg's beef is way deeper than anyone knew, and now it looks like it's about to heat up even more. If the rumors are true, Moneybagg is basically the reason why Big 30's cousin and homie are both dead, and Moneybagg was never really down with them. He just wanted protection from Young Mob. Memphis is a wild place, and the street politics get messy. But hopefully Moneybagg Yo and Big 30 can move on before anyone else gets killed.
Shout out to Trap Plug, the daily war between Moneybagg Yo and Big 30, man. I didn't think it was going to get this deep. You know what I'm saying? At least it's not over no bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, who the fuck going to fight or kill over a bitch? Let's be honest. At least it's not over that. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully.
Two Memphis rappers who are known to be close ties, Moneybagg Yo and Big 30, once stood side by side, repping the same team, and their relationship was a significant part of the Memphis rap scene. But now, things have taken a new turn. To make it even worse, it involves artists from the same label, which made their beef more intense. From cryptic Instagram posts to to dropping bodies in Memphis on their behalf.
Minutes before midnight, Memphis investigators
At least 10 police cars.
responded to Webb Street, one turn off South Parkway, to this South Memphis neighborhood. This community has been home to one man just over a year.
I've literally seen and said something, but then they're dropping cars off.
The tension is real. In this video, we'll break down how their relationship started, where things went wrong, and whether this beef is just an industry drama or something deeper. It all went down in 2024 when an unreleased track, reportedly titled Airball, was leaked with Moneybagg taking several shots at Big 30, who signed to his record label Bread Gang Entertainment in 2020. In this track, Moneybagg Yo criticizes Big 30 for allegedly betraying him and making false accusations. He raps about his intentions to support his signees, but accuses Big 30 of attempting moves behind his back and signing other deals too. He raps, "Tried to go make a move behind my back. Let's wake it up, be for real. Talking about how I stole, ain't hurting for nothing. You capping? Now get out your deal." The lyrics also suggest that Big 30 failed to seize the resources and opportunities provided to him by the label, a fact that Moneybagg Yo finds particularly disappointing. He also rapped about Big 30 not using his opportunity to connect with fan bases and even hinted that Big 30 had a gambling addiction. In his lyrics, he raps, "I want everybody to win. If I sign you, I'm letting you win. What I'ma hold an you back for? The fans gonna pick who they feel." Moneybagg also criticizes his signee for squandering all the tools and jewels he gave him to succeed during his musical contract with the label. Big 30 wasted no time firing back with his diss track saying, "I figured out why you left me. But why you lying on me? You gave me jewelry off your body, and I still paid it back, then tried to brag on it. Boy, what type of CEO is that?" In a Facebook post, he addressed the situation, claiming that he signed with Bread Gang Entertainment primarily for protection. He said, "And who TF said they gonna die about that lame ass that don't even sound like me? Truth be told, I recruited my for protection. Shall hope ye never thought my had superpowers. He couldn't do it by his self-full You came to our hood for the muscle, caused them folks starting putting pressure on his extortion only, still paying to this day to stay off his." He also alleged that Moneybagg Yo recruited him for muscle in their neighborhood, where pressure from others led to extortion. Not only that, Big 30 also called out Moneybagg Yo for copying Lil Baby outfits, saying he only wearing it if Lil Baby wearing it. Big 30 also referenced his late cousin Nusky. He said, "You don't even hurt people. Boy, you Nusky living where?" Big 30 continued by referencing Nusky, who was also signed to Bread Gang and was killed in 2022. He said, "How TF you Nusky? Living you don't do shit Nusky do? Ain't tried to lift a pinky? I wore a Bread Gang chain cause I was side to you." Big 30 released a track Nusky Living where he raps, "30 the murder man, I'ma send shots at your fitted. I better not drop a bag on one. Everybody gon' get it. I'm EBK, might drop $1 million on your whole committee. I remember thugging on Willett all the way back to Janice. Way before rapping, I was trapping, posted with the Matic. You speak on Nusky, you gon' die. Now look at him exactly. You can go ask him how he died, but he can't say what happened. For thinking I'm just rapping, for thinking I won't pull a massacre or a family tragedy. One day he here, next day he gone. We call that murder magic." After Nusky died, Moneybagg, who claimed to be close to him, never attended his funeral. So Big 30 would call out him once again in his diss track, saying, "I better not say on this song. Say what I'll do to you. Go shake your ass. I gotta attend my
Nigga
funeral.
said murder
We
magic.
brought life to that shit. Made the city respect you. My died for that lame ass shit, and you didn't even come to the funeral. You posted a car I was in once. A big difference between me and you." Big 30 didn't just end it here. He continued to call out Moneybagg over Nusky's death. He said, "Ask anybody I had $150,000 in a backpack, ready to spend whatever to put my away nice. Make sure he called my phone begging to let you pay for the funeral, knowing ye ain't have a first nor second thought on coming." Big 30 also mentioned an incident involving Poosh. He said, "You begged for a big blurred chain." Shiesty said, his self-negative, "It's only two of us, dude. A bozo and Tease was dead. And please tell these folks when we ever talk face to face. And Ian have minds on me, or you know how we moving." Pooh and Big 30 grew up together in South Memphis and have been close friends since childhood. Around the same time, they gained attention in the rap industry and frequently collaborated on songs, such as Neighbors and others that helped boost their careers. Big 30 and Poosh were known for repping Choppa Gang, a street-affiliated group referenced in their music. When Big 30 got into the rap game, he was already rolling with his homies.
It's deep than that. I've been knowing him before, right? We only been rapping a couple years. I've been knowing him like a lot of years. I've been knowing him a long, long time, way before rap.
Did y'all start rapping together at the same time, or were you in the studio first? Was he in the studio?
Started at the same time.
Started at the same time.
Pooh Shiesty signed to Gucci Mane's 1017 Records, but maintained connections with Moneybagg Yo, who was affiliated with Bread Gang Entertainment, his own label under Interscope. However, he was locked up due to his crimes. Pooh Shiesty rose to fame in 2020 from his collaborations with the rapper and other artists within the label, including songs like Back in Blood featuring Lil Durk and Who Is Him with Gucci Mane. It was this collaboration that seemingly overnight propelled Pooh Shiesty's name to the top of the rap game. However, his fame was short-lived, as he found himself entangled in legal issues that ultimately led to his incarceration. On the fateful day of October 13th, 2020, Pooh Shiesty's life took a dramatic turn as he was arrested in connection to a shooting in Bay Harbor Islands, Florida. According to the reports, the shootout started in a parking lot of Bay Harbor Islands, a location that many of us are familiar with, where 2 men were left injured. The October 9 incident featured over $500,000 in exotic vehicles and the Memphis rapper. But what unfolded in broad daylight was far from a music video. The footage shows a McLaren sports car, a Mercedes-Benz Maybach, and another Mercedes pulling into the condo parking lot. Men inside the vehicles eventually get out and meet, but moments later, a man in a white shirt is seen holding a pistol, and a man in a black sweatshirt is seen brandishing a longer gun and begins firing.
Remind you, these niggas are
Both gunmen
millionaires,
are
my
then
boy.
seen retreating back to the Maybach, and seconds later, the Maybach and the McLaren sped away. One man is then seen hiding behind the other Mercedes. After an intense investigation, police and prosecutors revealed that Shiesty was the man seen in the McLaren and was part of the group that showed up at the parking lot that afternoon, whose real name is Lontrell Williams, surrendered to police days later. He was charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and armed battery. However, he was later released on a $30,000 bond. A year later, on June 9th, 2021, he was arrested again, this time in connection to a shooting at a strip club in northwest Miami-Dade. Footage of the rapper walking through the club with his gun would go viral. While he was performing, several unknown individuals started stealing his $40,000 cash, and his friend Antwop, who was accompanying him, attempted to collect part of it. Due to his anger over losing some money, he supposedly fired the entire club to catch the thief, but unfortunately, a bullet struck the security guard in the ankle. Currently, he is behind bars sentenced to 5 years and 3 months. Nusky had passed away before he got locked up in April 2022. While he was locked up, Big 30 kept dropping music, staying loyal to their movement. He released tracks like Protest and continued working under Moneybagg Yo's Bread Gang label. Make no mistakes that Nusky was Big 30's cousin and his best friend, who passed away due to a gunshot wound in a shooting that occurred on January 28, 2022, in Memphis, Tennessee, at Whitehaven Apartments. He was reportedly shot and killed in his hometown.
This is the 3700 block of Casaza Road. A man has been shot. Fox 13's Lakia Scott is there live. Lakia, what can you tell us? What have you found out?
That's right, Daryl. I am at the New Horizon River Apartments in the 3000 block of Casaza. Now, what we're being told is that police were dispatched here about an hour ago after getting a call about gunshots being fired in the area. Now, what we do know right now is that police are reporting that one male victim was shot here on the...
Before Big Nusky got killed, he was with Big 30 for a show at a local high school basketball game. Later that night, Nusky left the school and went straight to the school apartment complex in his neighborhood. Just a few hours later, Nusky was shot and killed in the same neighborhood. Nobody was apprehended for his death, and there is no written proof that it was related to the feud between Moneybagg Yo and Big 30's relative. However, his ties to Big 30, Moneybagg Yo, and CMG may have resulted in his death. Big 30 would speak on Nusky's death, saying he took a break from the music industry to reflect on his best friend's passing.
Break from music, and tell me if I'm wrong. It seemed like it was a personal reason why you took a break. I was going through something. I had to get my mind right. I had lost a close friend, really. Yeah. How much did that, like, I mean, obviously it weighed on you a lot. That's why you took the break from music. But, was it just confusing for you? Like, you just couldn't believe it happened? Yeah, I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't believe it.
Just a few months before Big Nusky's untimely passing, he was interviewed by Wicked Films to reflect on his childhood years. He recounted his upbringing in the Whitehaven neighborhood, a place divided between the Crips and the GDs, a reality that shaped his early life. He shared that his city was perilous, and many of his childhood friends met tragic fates. Despite the odds, he briefly attended Hillcrest High School before his first encounter with the law at the tender age of 14.
How old you was when you went to jail?
I was 14.
You 14? And you had went to jail. And when you were 14, you had to enroll in it.
I ain't got jail till 18.
He also stated that he spent 4 years in juvenile and did not come out until he was 18. Nusky claimed that coming up, Memphis was full of haters. That dude would treat you like a big brother until you started earning more money than them. Then they start circulating stories and ruining your reputation. Nusky was able to learn how to survive even though the beef was coming towards him at that time.
It
However,
does
he
be
seemed
like that.
pretty
We do
genuine
have
about
haters
staying focused on his career and avoiding all the drama.
Females,
While he was locked
kids,
up, he started
parents,
listening to Moneybagg
family.
Yo's music. When he got out,
Don't
he started
matter.
seeing him around because they both ran in the same circles. They ended up building a relationship, and Moneybagg became like a big brother to him. He was the one who sparked Nusky's passion for rapping. One day, while they were hanging out at Moneybagg's place, he gave Nusky over $700,000 in cash. This moment was a turning point for Nusky. That day, he told Nusky, "I'm not doing this to stunt you. I'm doing it to motivate you." From that day on, Nusky's approach to music changed. Driven by his friend's inspiring
So he
gesture,
gave
he was
Nusky
determined
like
to achieve the same level of
$700,000. Why you
success.
mad?
In October 2020,
People
he was
die.
featured on the
People
track,
die.
On Purpose, with Big Homie G, Cheese Dollar, and Mussy G, which has racked up almost 500,000 plays. Big Homie G is also signed to Bread Gang and is Moneybagg U's cousin. Nusky was a rising star in the rap game, with a wealth of potential that could have propelled him to great heights. With a strong network of industry connections and the right people in his circle to inspire and motivate him, Nusky was well positioned for success. Tragically, Nusky's promising career was cut short by the harsh realities of the streets, preventing him from reaching the next level. At this point, there ain't enough info available to know exactly what happened to him and why he was killed, but rumors have been going around that it may have something to do with young Dolph's murder. Dolph was shot and killed back in November while purchasing cookies for his mother at Makita's homemade butter cookies on November 17, 2021, a bakery he always goes to. They found him dead and lifeless.
Right,
It's about the future for Memphis' young people.
Worried about maybe moving the area we decide to live in, stuff like that. Just Memphis as a whole.
The latest example of senseless crime in Memphis has many asked.
Witnesses in social media exploded with the news quickly, and they agreed they saw Dolph park his flashy Corvette outside. According to the witness, a white Benz followed him into the parking lot, and two dudes hopped out and started shooting. He took 22 gunshots all over his body, even hitting his forehead and his back. Young Dolph, a well-respected figure in the city, was tragically murdered. His death, seen as a direct attack on the community, sparked a wave of retaliation shootings, escalating the violence in the city. Hundreds of witnesses gathered at the scene, but the police sealed off the area for hours as they conducted their investigation. In response, the police authorities imposed a curfew in Memphis, a measure that was met with understanding and frustration from the community, as they were still in shock of Dolph's death and the subsequent retaliation shootings. The streets began to ask, who could have been bold enough to murder young Dolph? The internet was filled with speculation, suggesting that it had to be one of his rivals, with whom he had a long-standing feud. The first guy who got caught up in the murder of young Dolph was Justin Johnson. Johnson is a 23-year-old dude known in the street as Straight Drop. A second suspect, 32-year-old Cornelius Smith, was also arrested the same day and indicted on first-degree murder, weapons possession, and theft charges. Another guy called Jamarcus Johnson was also apprehended for the murder of Dolph, though he wasn't one of the guys that pulled the trigger. Johnson revealed how he helped these shooters by letting them talk on cell phones while they were on the run. Even though Johnson didn't fire the shots, his role was still pretty important during the murder scenario. Johnson pleaded guilty as part of a plea deal approved by the judge, which prevented him from having to go to trial.
His half-brother.
About a week or so afterwards, he took acts and helped his brother evade law enforcement.
Hagerman says Justin gave Jamarcus a car and cell phone, the same cell phone that Justin allegedly...
Suspects were in custody. The Memphis police tracked down the alleged leader who ordered the assassination. And would you believe that the said leader lived in the same exact neighborhood up the street from the house where they found the stolen Mercedes used to kill Dolph? The police believe the ringleader who allegedly hired the hitman was none other than a man named Hernandez Govan, 43 years old, and indicted him on charges of first-degree murder. And the police believe this guy had been plotting Dolph's assassination for months.
So they lock him back
He has
up?
a lengthy criminal history that stretches all the way back to the 1990s and has been in and out of jail on weapons and gun charges. After connecting all the evidence, police believe that he was the alleged leader who ordered the two suspected triggermen, Johnson and Cornelius, to shoot Dolph. But for some reason, and in a strange occurrence, a Memphis judge released this man on $90,000 bond. The alleged ringleader of the murder plot was released from jail on May 11th. which led to outrage from many of Young Dolph's fans. How could they let a guy go who ordered the hit and lived in the same neighborhood where they found the vehicle used in the killing? This guy was on trial for murder, and while out on bond, he was asking the judge if he could allegedly order merch on Amazon, have packages shipped to his house, eat out at his favorite restaurants, work a full-time job, and basically live freely, having the same liberties, rights, and privileges of a normal free person. Wow, this means this guy is the definition of the term being given. If you are given a small opportunity, you are going to take chances. In this situation, Young Dolph had a very important impact on independent artists. He inspired many people to become entrepreneurs. No matter where you came from, his death impacted the entire music industry. Even still, in this case, many people thought Yo Gotti was involved in the death of Young Dolph because of their long-standing beef before he passed away. Their beef started in 2014, following the release of his mixtape, High Class Street Music 4, American Gangster. Young Dolph appeared on Sway in the Morning to discuss the project. During the interview, he explained his decision not to sign with Yo Gotti, stating his preference for self-investment, overriding another artist's wave. This interview further fueled the rivalry. Dolph not only explained why he made such a decision, but also told the world how this really became a beef between them.
I've been doing this, man, on my own since day one.
Day one.
You know what I'm saying? Since day one, like everybody, a lot of folks, a lot of people, everybody almost done came to me with different situations. Like, man, let me help you with this, do this.
So that's why Newski died, because of the Moneybagg Yo, because of the Young Dolph.
Too much of my own time, like I got too much invested in it.
And Gotti
wanted me to do the, like, man, come on,
that's
bro,
why Newski died.
It's cool. I'm knocking for that. If I was him, I would have came to me like that. You know
was it because of picking sides?
Only thing was going to happen behind it was people like, oh, he popped out because of Gotti. You know what I'm saying? Which I can't do that because I got too much of my own time and money invested. You feel what I'm saying?
The beef between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti became well known on February 11, 2016, when Dolph wrote on his Twitter, throwing shots at Yo Gotti, letting his feelings be known. Dolph alleged that Yo Gotti wasn't fond of his growing success, tweeting, "Bra went from being my #1 fan and wanting to sign me to being my biggest hater," which was in reference to Gotti's failed attempt to sign Dolph to his CMG label. Despite Dolph not mentioning Gotti by name, it was clear who Dolph's words were aimed at and would set off a chain of events that would result in the beef escalating quickly. Since then, Dolph never stopped throwing shades at Yo Gotti and his label to the length of naming his debut album King of Memphis, a title Gotti used to refer to himself. So Dolph's album title seemed like a shot directed at Gotti. Although Yo Gotti never made a public comment about his post, the public knew that Young Dolph was trying to get on the nerves of Yo Gotti, and also an attempt to overtake the throne. However, Young Dolph would appear on Hot 97's Ebro in the Morning show to clear the air about the title of his album, King of Memphis, stating that it wasn't meant to be a diss of any kind, and that it was more inspired by him and his crew's mentality. All my partners king. Everybody got some paper. Everybody moves like I move. And they have morals and all of that. This escalated the whole issue, with Dolph and Yo Gotti beef taking turns beefing each other for the worse. On March 2nd, 2017, Gotti's CMG artist Black Youngsta would respond to Dolph's post, claiming to be the king of Memphis. Dolph, you a soft ass nigga. If you got a problem, say you got a problem.
Hey man, I'ma keep this shit G, bro. Dolph, you a soft, you nice ass nigga. If you got a problem, nigga, say you got a problem. Shake ass nigga. He ain't no motherfucking king of Memphis. He ain't king of South Memphis. He ain't.
Before adding, you ain't even no king of Memphis. He ain't from the city, bitch. He would also threaten Young Dolph in the post's caption, writing, "When I see that nigga at Young Dolph, I'ma smack the shit out him on my life." Seeing this death threat shows it wasn't just a beef from the surface, but something that seemed deeper than rap. Black Youngsta would show up in Young Dolph's hood in Memphis with a few of his goons. In a video, Black Youngsta and his crew strolled through South Memphis's Castalia neighborhood on the hunt for Young Dolph, while armed with heavy guns calling out Young Dolph. This video would go viral, causing a lot of buzz on the internet and raising concerns that when Black Youngsta began dissing Young Dolph, many believed that Yo Gotti was responsible for his artist's decision to take the beef into his own hands. But the CMG boss, Yo Gotti, would be seen in an interview with Tim Westwood, saying otherwise. Funny enough, Yo Gotti didn't address the beef with Young Dolph, but would comment on Black Youngsta's recent threats against Gotti's rival.
The homie Young though. You know what I'm saying? Little homie young and wild in the streets, and you know they just moved. But little homie,
You know, I'm always the homie on the team, so I'm always give them, you know, the proper advice that I believe I should give them from like a big brother standpoint or just being the homie standpoint of like what I think you shouldn't do certain shit. Like my advice, you know, I don't move like that. So I'm always tell not only him but any youngin', like, you know what I mean, don't really handle your business like in the like that, you know.
On March 6th, 2016, young Dolph wasted no time clapping back, responding with a few words of his own via his Instagram account, accusing Gotti of hating on Memphis rap legends like 3-6 Mafia, 8-Ball, and MJG, and others, as well as sending Black Youngsta to fight his battle and calling the cops on him, saying, "First thing first, everybody know it's Oh-Ho Gotti. That's sending your artist out to say the lame shit he been saying and doing," Dolph wrote in his Instagram caption, adding, "I guess you still mad cause I didn't never sign with you the ass. Or is you still in your feelings cause you fail out with Gucci Mane and you was mad at me cause I kept rocking with Gucci?" In response to Young Dolph's comments shading CMG boss Yo Gotti, Black Youngsta would return the favor in the form of a diss track, Shake Some, where Black Youngsta discredited Young Dolph's ties to Memphis and his claim to being a king in the city. He would also send dead threats to Dolph if a messes with him that he will never breathe again. In his lyrics, he said, "Young Dolph Thornton, wanna play ho? I'm on tour with the K-Ho. Mac 11, Smith & Wesson, extended clip, 100 rounds on Draco. How the you the king of Memphis, you ain't from the city, you from Chicago. Boy, you better lay low. Killers move when I say so. The city know what's up with me, lil nigga. I'm a double OG, lil nigga. Any play with me, lil nigga. I swear to God, they ain't gon' breath, lil nigga. You ain't kingpin of South Memphis, you can hush that. You ain't whacking in broad daylight. I'm the king of South Memphis, lil nigga. Any nigga want it, they can get it. Yeah, bitch. I know what's up with you. You ain't no motherfucking kingpin. You know king of South Memphis, bitch. You ain't even from the city, nigga. Get your back to Chicago, nigga. You ran from Chicago because you ain't gangsta. There's a number of gangsta in Chicago, they killing shit. And you was not about them, nigga. You a scared little boy. Mama told you come to Memphis, ass. In 2017, Young Dolph would release the infamous diss track, Play With Yo Bid. This diss track was a shot against Yo Gotti, who claimed that he had a relationship with the mother of his child and also called out Gotti Ho Gotti baby mama. Don't play with me, Ho Gotti, you are ho. And you went from my biggest fan to my biggest hater. Facts. Begging me to sign with you, but I had too much paper. Facts. Still that same nigga that used to front your big brother. Facts. Found out he a bitch too. Now I call him your big sister. This track was the catalyst that sparked a deeply personal beef between Young Dolph and Big Jook. In response, Yo Gotti released his own diss track, Don't Beef With Me, on February 11, 2017. While Yo Gotti avoided directly naming Young Dolph, the track was a clear warning shot, adding to the feud. However, on the 25th of February, something strange happened. Young Dolph was in his SUV when he was attacked, in which over 100 rounds were fired at his vehicle. Fortunately, Dolph was not hit because the SUV he was riding in was bulletproof. Many would raise concern about his safety, claiming Yo Gotti and his crew were the ones that did it. To further add to the feud, Young Dolph released his album Bulletproof, seemingly taking shots at Yo Gotti after he was shot multiple times in Charlotte, North Carolina. A video would begin to go viral, showing crowds leaving the area after roughly 100 bullets were fired at the vehicle, with the police still investigating the area at around 6:39 p.m. Their beef wasn't just a series of diss tracks. It was a street-level drama that had the potential to spill into actual violence. And tragically, on November 17, 2021, Young Dolph was gunned down in broad daylight at Makita's Homemade Butter Cookies, a local bakery in Memphis that he frequented. His murder sent shockwaves through the city, leaving fans heartbroken and sparking immediate questions about who could have been behind the hit. Shortly after Dolph's tragic death, Gotti's artist Black Youngsta performed a diss track at a show in Dallas, Texas, where he mentioned Young Dolph's last name Thornton on it. Additionally, there have been rumors linking Straight Drop to CMG, as Yo Gotti owns the label, suggesting that there could be a connection to Dolph's death. It was also revealed that after Straight Drop's arrest, Yo Gotti initially agreed to fund his defense, but later withdrew his support when rumors about their relationship surfaced. Moneybagg Yo, a prominent figure in the CMG, signed Big 30 and Big Nusky, effectively making them part of the team. This also suggests a potential connection between Big Nusky and Straight Drop, as they may have been on good terms. Straight Drop's release of a song in November featuring Big Homie G, a close associate of Big Nusky, reverberated across the hip-hop community. Fans were quick to notice Nusky's Instagram post, which showed him posing in front of a black and white Corvette. Straight Drop can also be seen in photos with a black and white Corvette that looks very similar, showing a possible connection. Plus, after the news of Big Nusky's death broke, Straight Drop posted a video with a purple heart and broken heart emoji to his Instagram. This is to show you the connection they both had. Even Big 30 himself posted a caption on his IG that it's a Royal Rumble in Memphis right now. And it's every man for thyself, hinting that Nusky's death could have been in the wrong place at that time.
Nigga, Fun Run used to be crazy.
At that time, Big 30 had already signed into CMG through Moneybagg Yo, and he was still cool with him. However, Gucci Mane and Big 30 were not cool, as Big 30 refused to sign with Gucci Mane's record label. Back then, Big 30 posted a picture of himself during a music video shot, but it was like Gucci not feeling it. He commented under the post, saying they only met once, and asked Big 30 to stop posting him. They went back and forth on social media as Big 30 shared a post saying, "What type of nigga get mad cause a nigga can't sign to them?" They later ended up on good terms doing music together. However, staying with CMG through Moneybagg seemed a wrong choice instead of signing with 1017 Gucci Mane record label, because Big 30's career hasn't gone anywhere since Poochie was locked up in 2022.
Cause he
now,
stopped
he has
going
beef
so
with
hard.
the dude who signed him.
We've been watching him a little
Moneybagg
bit, but
whose real name is Demario Dwayne White Jr., was born to a single mother in Memphis, Tennessee. He is the oldest of 3 siblings and was raised in the West Junction Walker Homes neighborhood of South Memphis. According to Moneybagg Yo, he had a difficult childhood where his mother served the role of both parents, and they often struggled with financial issues, including not having lights, furniture, or running water at times. Despite his mother's best efforts to provide for her children and keep them safe, the struggles at home and the strict rules she imposed would often lead Moneybagg to run away from home and seek refuge with friends or on the streets from a young age. Demario attended Mitchell High School in the city, where he earned his stage name Moneybagg Yo as a tribute to his hustler's mentality. This mindset is all about getting to the bag, which refers to the money he's trying to make. He later dropped out in the 12th grade, describing himself as terrible during that time. Additionally, he explained that he felt that staying in school did not provide him with any financial benefits and saw no future. He was also influenced by the fact that he was seeing his mother struggle to provide for him and his siblings, including having to sleep in an apartment with no furniture. Thus, he chose to leave school to pursue other opportunities and provide for his family. Despite trying to focus on sports like basketball and football, and even getting a job at a chicken restaurant, Moneybagg struggle to provide for his family led to him turning to selling drugs in order to make ends meet. This was further compounded by the fact that he had his first child at this time. Despite his mother's efforts to keep him away from the streets, the young and hungry Moneybagg was driven to do whatever it took to provide for his family. In spite of dropping out of school, Moneybagg Yo began to focus on entrepreneurial pursuits and diligent efforts to make a living, often spending significant time in the Heatin community, where he became involved in drugs and violence. This lifestyle led to him nearly losing his life. However, according to him, his determination to make a better life for himself and his family kept him going. During this period of his life, Demario began to develop a passion for music. He was inspired by the financial success that some of his peers were able to achieve through rapping, earning as much as $20,000 per performance. This made him realize that he too had the potential to make a significant income through music. He began to take the art form seriously and honed his rapper skills by writing lyrics and practicing his flow. Eventually, he began to gain a following and started to build a name for himself in the local rap scene. Since he started on the street, his lifestyle would intersect with his personal life on August 8th, 2011. During Moneybagg Yo's family annual picnics on August 8th, an altercation occurred that resulted in Moneybagg Yo being shot at. However, he was able to escape unharmed and was later arrested in connection with the incident. It is unclear what exactly led to the altercation or what the specific charges were that Moneybagg Yo faced as a result of the incident. After the family picnic, Moneybagg Yo used the traumatic experience as motivation to work harder in his music career. Later that year, he released his first official song, F You Pay Me. Despite facing challenges and setbacks, Moneybagg Yo remained determined to succeed and used his experiences to fuel his passion for music. Moneybagg Yo and his best friend Elo enjoyed freestyling in his spare time. Elo believed that Moneybagg Yo had the potential to become a successful rapper and encouraged him to pursue a career in music. Moneybagg Yo has had several legal issues throughout his career. He grew up in the hood, was closely affiliated with gangs, and was the cousin of 3-6 Mafia's Crunchy Black. Growing up, he idolized the Dope Boys and Kingpins gangs in his neighborhood. Moneybagg Yo was acquainted with Lance Taylor, also known as OG Boo Dirty, who has a criminal history including an arson charge and 2 attempted second-degree murder charges. In 2010, during Thanksgiving weekend, there was an altercation in the parking lot outside Level 2 nightclub that left 6 people shot. The altercation was between rapper Yo Gotti and OG Boo Dirty.
Damn.
According to authorities, Taylor allegedly punched a man who had inserted himself into an ongoing argument between them, which led to shots being fired. 6 people were shot, including OG Boo Dirty and an off-duty police officer who was working as security for the nightclub. OG Boo Dirty and Yo Gotti were both arrested and charged with inciting to riot and aggravated riot. However, the charges were later dropped. Then in 2016, after Moneybagg released his mixtape titled All Gas No Brakes, he caught the attention of CMG, Collective Music Group, label boss Yo Gotti, and the rest became history. After building up a solid trust and rapport with Yo Gotti, Moneybagg ultimately decided to sign on the dotted line with his label.
So
Yo Gotti reportedly brought
Young
forth a
Duff was the only
$200,000
nigga who said,
signing
hell no.
bonus. Moneybagg Yo was
Damn.
finally up and about to
Young
level
Duff
up his
was actually
career.
really
Just
doing
when
his
things
thing.
seemed like they were too tough, pockets low, sleeping on cold floors, he kept the faith, put in the work, and his break finally came.
Nothing wrong with signing
Moneybagg Yo
somebody,
got to
like,
celebrating the newfound
Yo,
success,
like,
enjoying the new
Young Duff
cash flow
said,
by
he gonna
buying
be
a
his
white
own main
tiger.
boss.
Both rappers are from different parts of Memphis, and there is a long-standing conflict between the north and south sides of the city. Moneybagg Yo is from South Memphis, while Yo Gotti is from the north. Many affiliates of Moneybagg were divided on the decision. Some claimed that it was a great move for the rapper's career, while others argued it was a betrayal of his roots in South Memphis. There is a long-standing conflict between the two parts, which have escalated to dire levels, including the loss of life. As soon as Moneybagg Yo got signed under CMG, he received instant hate and beef. Suddenly, he was getting into beefs with dudes that he never met before, and even people he dropped a tape with. In 2017, he dropped a joint mixtape with one of rap's biggest artists, NBA Youngboy, called Fed Babies. One moment they're talking about the tape's success. The next, Youngboy was uploading videos of himself dissing Moneybagg and not supporting the tape.
Damn.
Moneybagg kept his cool, and the two seem to have cleared the
NBA be
air
on
behind
some
closed
goofy
doors.
shit. I ain't gonna cap,
The
man.
Memphis rapper OG Boo Dirty, who is also Stupid Duke's blood brother and
But
longtime
everything
rival
went down,
of Yo
so,
Gotti, released a diss track after the shooting titled Get 'em G, directed at Yo Gotti, and in the music video, Moneybagg. Yo can allegedly be seen supporting OG Boo Dirty. Things seem to be looking bad for Moneybagg, as it seems a target had been placed on his back because he might have betrayed the wrong crew. However, in September 2020, when he was celebrating his 29th birthday with his shawty Ari in Las Vegas, shots rang out at his party, injuring a female rumored to be Ari's friend before the shooters escaped. The shooters escaped, and Moneybagg Yo denied that he was the target of the shooting. However, some have questioned whether he would admit it if he were the target, as this would bring law enforcement attention. The incident raised tensions and added to the ongoing feud between Moneybagg Yo and Stupid Duke. But make no mistakes, as Big 30 was present in the Maybach with Moneybagg Yo, with Pooch Shiesty in front. This was before the beef between them, and also before Shiesty was incarcerated. And then when their beef started in 2022, they started going back and forth, dissing each other on social media with Big 30, revealing that nobody in Memphis respected Moneybagg until he started rocking with him, Pooh, Shiesty, and Nusky. And after
I
Big
did
Nusky
some
died,
crazy shit that
there
he
have
had
been
to beef with
speculations
Finesse
that the
2
murder
times.
of Big
I
Nusky
don't know,
is
man.
connected to the murder of Young Dolph, or
This shit been wild,
Moneybagg's
man.
feud with
Streets is
Stupid
crazy.
Duke. Many people
The
believe
war
that
zone out
Nusky's
here, nigga.
affiliation with Moneybagg Yo and his label Bread Gang may have played a role in his murder, possibly as a result of this ongoing feud. There is no concrete evidence to support these speculations, as the police have not yet released any information regarding the possible motives or suspects in the case. In February 2022, Moneybagg Yo would allegedly relocate outside of his hometown of Memphis. The news came after the death of his friend Nusky. The passing of Nusky is thought to have had a significant impact on Moneybagg Yo, leading him to make the decision to relocate. Big 30 and Moneybagg's beef is way deeper than anyone knew. and it looks like it's about to heat up even more. However, if the rumors are true that Moneybagg is basically the reason why Big 30's cousin Big Nusky is dead, then the beef would be way more than this.
I'll be back. So if y'all don't see anything, this rap game, the streets are real. You know what I'm saying? Like just in general. You know what I'm saying? Not even just if he's just talking about this beef. He's just talking about in general. You know what I'm saying? You know, we are black humans, Hebrew Israelites, and we put in a situation to where we gotta thrive for ourselves to get to anywhere we need to get to, because of how the system is made and put upon us. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, you know, they would rather see us kill each other than, you know what I'm saying, help us succeed. So at the end of the day, we gotta understand that it's gonna be a lot of people who die. And that's the sad part. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people got bright futures, crip. You know what I'm saying? But shit, a lot of times they don't get to live their life to their fullest. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Big 30 and Moneybagg Yo is still alive, you know what I'm saying? Thank God, you know, because it could have been bad for both of them, you know how life is. But beef still gonna happen, and bodies will still drop, you know what I'm saying? I got one thing to say. At least it's not over no bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'd be down if I try to fight or shoot somebody over a bitch. If a bitch ain't choosing me, that bitch gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never lost no bitch. I gave them the hoes up. So at least it's not like it's over a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of times, man, you know, it do be miscommunication that does fuck up a lot of friendships and situations, but people do die, so that can happen too. So, hey, at the end of the day, man, let's get a deeper understanding why they got beef and what's going on, man. And we out the bitch hood. RP to people too, man. Hood and also our big crip gang.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.